Okay. Seaworld. Amusement park or abusement park? Seaworld is a place where much abuse and neglect occurs. And today we'll talk about how they mistreat their animals, don't care about their employees, and lie to the public. A lot of people say SeaWorld is a place that rehabilitates animals and helps animals. But that's just not true and is one of the many lies they tell the public. First up is the main event at SeaWorld, orca whales. At SeaWorld, orca whales don't have a lot of space to swim around like they would in the wild, and they become agitated and depressed. A symptom of this depression is a collapsed dorsal fin. Collapsed dorsal fins are the result of this depression and an unhealthy, unnatural diet. SeaWorld sees animals as a revenue source and nothing more. They don't care about their animals and don't give them enough space to move around. There's one whale in particular who has fathered over half the whales that have ever been at SeaWorld, having reproduced 21 times, with 11 of his calves dying before he did. Another thing that SeaWorld does is they drill holes into their teeth to keep their dental hygiene upkeep a lot easier, but they drill the holes without any anesthesia or painkillers, which they make over $1 million every year, so that would be way too expensive. And okay, so SeaWorld doesn't care about their employees. There is one employee in particular who died in 2010, Dawn Brancho, and she was put into the water with an orca whale Tilikum who had already caused 2 deaths, and when they bought the whale from Sea Land, they had specifically been told not to put any trainers in the water with him. And they had performed this routine multiple times over and over again when the incident occurred. And because Dawn had her hair in a ponytail rather than a bun, SeaWorld said that it was her fault because she didn't have her hair properly placed up and tried placing the blame on her. Okay. In 2015, OSHA fined SeaWorld over $27,000. Erica, the CDIC of California's directory, said that employers have to have a safety plan with all of their jobs, not just jobs that have animals and are this dangerous, but SeaWorld had this plan and made their employees sign a waiver that said they wouldn't bring up any safety issues, with a result of being terminated if they didn't go, or if they didn't keep it to themselves. In a 2013 documentary, Blackfish, it highlighted all the bad stuff SeaWorld does, and it brought attendance down by over 1 million and brought revenue down by over $83.5 million. And this has helped, this did not help SeaWorld with their fine, and they've been fined a lot more times after that because of their misuse of animals and mistreatment of employees. And then another incident of them not caring about employees is Ken Peters. He had an incident with another whale where the whale dragged him down to the bottom of the pool and held him there for 8 minutes. And SeaWorld did not take any measures to ensure this from not happening again, which is another reason they got fined. Okay. So SeaWorld says that they rehabilitate their animals, and that's one of the main reasons why they are open. That's not true because SeaWorld donated less than 1% of their profits to rehabilitation and conservation. Yeah. And SeaWorld says that the animals there are mentally stimulated, but that's just not true because in the pool in the figure is much too small for them, and they would have to swim over 100 times around the perimeter to get how much they would swim in the wild every day. Okay, and then SeaWorld also says that the orcas live a healthy life like they would in the wild, but the truth is that orcas are alive to be around 90 years old on average, and they just recently found a whale that lived to be 103 years old. But at SeaWorld, the average mortality rate is 9 years old, and only 5 orcas ever have lived to be over 35 years old. Okay, and then SeaWorld also says that they care about healthy social structures, but PETA informed us that animals will live in their pods their whole lives with their mothers and fathers and their whole family. It's just like our family, we stay together. But at SeaWorld, there is, I didn't mean to do that. At SeaWorld, they separate their calves from their mothers almost instantaneously. And one whale, Kasatka, was removed from her daughter immediately so that the daughter could be transported to Orlando. And the whale cried for over 3 hours, and it made like lots of noises, like really sad and terrifying noises. And other whales in her tank tried to calm her down, but it just didn't work. And she was visibly upset and distraught, just like you would be. Okay. And then they also say that they keep their animals safe, but that's not true either. At SeaWorld, there's no place to run if you get into an argument if a whale got into an argument with another one. Often in the wild, when there's a disagreement, they can take their space, go away. But if you're 20 feet tall or 20 feet long in a 30-foot deep pool, there's nowhere to go. And the result of this is fighting and aggression. And now I meant to do that. And the result of this is lots of rakes, which is whales like not biting each other, but like putting their teeth on each other and like just scratching each other. And there's a lot of this, and in the picture you can see that. And then the way that SeaWorld deals with this is one of their former trainers told someone that they give the whales, orcas, belugas, and dolphins Valium to calm them down, which is never recorded, and they are not supposed to do that because it like really damages their health. Okay, so today we talked about how SeaWorld doesn't care about their employees, mistreats their animals, and lies to the public. Thank you.